Today's hearing concerns digital trade and specifically cross-border data flows. The modern economy requires data flow and to flow freely. Individuals and businesses rely on technology and the efficient and reliable movement of data across borders. The recent decision by the European Court of Justice invalidating the 15-year-old safe harbor agreement between the United States and the European Union created uncertainty that's bad for business everywhere. We hear that a new safe harbor agreement is imminent. But if an agreement is not reached by the end of January 2016, then the consequences for transatlantic data flow and business operations could be dire. To help us reach a new agreement with the EU, the House passed the Judicial Redress Act last month. Though it still awaits Senate action, it is a strong move by the House to in support of reaching this vital agreement. But cross-border data flow are not simply a transatlantic issue. They also figure prominently in the Trans-Pacific Partner Agreement, or TPP. As we consider digital trade issues more globally, it is important to view the tactics being used to restrict it as much as any other point of it. The trade barriers being used to restrict cross-border data flows are simply non-tariff trade barriers. By any other name, it is protectionism, and it hurts U.S. competitiveness. It hurts the very countries who are implementing these protectionist agreements, and ultimately it will hurt global trading with all the partners who depend on data's free flow in a 21st century. These trade barriers include localization requirements for cloud computing. That means that instead of harnessing the economies of scale that come from a cloud, companies will be forced to house in facilities in individual countries, resulting in duplicative infrastructure and higher cost. Let us bear in mind that a location anywhere on the face of the earth is a location everywhere on the face of the earth. And many countries seem to ignore that in favor of basically an infrastructure construction project being mandated in their country. And it's not just technology companies that could be harmed by these types of digital trade barriers. In the financial services industry, banks use a security practice known as sharding that splits a single customer's information into discrete packets that are stored in multiple locations to prevent a hacker from compromising it. By its very definition, this practice would be impossible without the free flow of data. In July, we held a hearing on the Internet of Things, or IoT. This new era of technology relies on sensors transmitting data to a cloud for analysis. If the data cannot flow freely around the globe, then the Internet of Things technologies will not be as successful as they could be, and in fact could restrict many of the technologies already implemented in the Internet of Things. If countries are allowed to unduly restrict data flow, what is to stop them from creating new market access requirements that require companies to share source code, trade secrets, utilize or source solely from local companies, and more absurdly, force U.S. studios to alter their storyline of a movie as a condition of market access? The last one isn't that absurd. A report published just last week by the U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission explains just how China's regulators do just that as a condition of market access. As this committee works to promote digital trade, we are continuing a long battle against market access barriers that take surprisingly and oftentimes strange forms. Though the issues can oftentimes seem complex, the goal here is to actually make this simple and understandable for the American people, to ensure free and fair trade, improving U.S. competitiveness globally. Digital trade helps drive the modern economy, and I look forward to our witnesses today and a healthy debate on these issues. Last but not least, it goes without saying that no one owns data in a global environment exclusively. An economic transaction for an American who is traveling in a foreign country requires a look back to their country. If the United States refuses to provide that data, well, another country refuses to provide the information as to what is being bought or what service is being procured, then in fact you have a standoff. I won't let my data flow to you to tell you what customer X is buying, and you won't tell me if customer X can pay for it. Can you imagine trying to travel with a MasterCard or a Visa or an American Express that simply couldn't cross international lines? Sounds absurd? Not if everyone says, my data is mine and I won't share. And with that, I recognize the ranking member for his opening statement.